At the T-minus 3-minute mark, tape recorders on board the spacecraft were turned on. These recorders record both voice and data. We have ignition sequence start. The engine is now building up to 7.7 million pounds of thrust. We have a launch commit and we have a liftoff. Moving back. The Saturn V lifting off with power.
Welcome to Rocket Shop, WOMMLP Burlington. I'm Leah Sagan-Borsky, filling in for Tom Proctor. We have Remi, Russin, and band. Welcome.
Thank you.
Would you like to start with a song?
Let's do it.
Thank you. So, what was that song that you just played?
That song was called "What Even Is This."
And what does it talk about? What emotions are you trying to
Uh,
evoke in it?
so that song is kind of about I don't know. I was thinking back at like to like different parts of my life and people like who have uh, come and gone. Some maybe more gracefully than others, and I don't know. I guess that song was sort of me looking back, sort of from a position of older age, and just sort of knowing myself better, and I guess seeing in retrospect that like I can demand maybe a little more respect, and that maybe this situation hurt you, and like it's okay that was you weren't treated fairly, and it's okay to sort of expect better for yourself. Yeah.
So, do you use reflection in all your songwriting, or does it, or how do you write songs? Do you base it on off experiences or day to day?
Uh, it's sort of different. With some of them, just sort of come, uh, and I don't know. It's just a line or an idea will sort of pop into the brain, and I'll throw it in my in notes, and it goes from there. And others are sort of like just looking back on certain things and meditating on things for a while, and like maybe a month, and being able to pull out um, 4 lines that sort of sum up that experience over the course of that month. So I don't know. It's sort of different, different each time.
So, you have a band behind you.
Yeah,
Do you mind introducing them?
I would love to. So to my right is Max Mashrick, lead guitarist extraordinaire, and Amel to my left. I poached them both from a fantastic band in town called Lake Waves. Connor Brock is playing second guitar, and I've got Evan Rain playing drums.
So, is this a new group, or is this sort of a solo project with support?
Yeah, this is sort of a solo project with support, sort of a little EP that I wrote and recorded at home, sort of over quarantine, because who didn't write a quarantine album? And yeah, when finally things started opening up, actually, before even things locked down, we were getting together and practicing. Yeah, this group is sort of just handpicked. Super group that everybody that I knew I like needed to have. So
what was the EP? What's its name?
the EP is Math for Poets, little 6-song joint. We're gonna play them all tonight. Yeah,
And
Math for Poets.
why is it called Math for Poets?
So there. The title sort of so this EP was me like learning how to play guitar and how to sing and how to record at home. Like I had never done any of those things before, and so that title, I guess, to me felt very like I don't know. I stole the name from like a remedial math class from college, so it just sort of felt very like naive and introductory and yeah, just sort of like bare level, like I am learning the basics of pretty much every facet of this as I go, kind of thing.
And what made you sort of, or how did you pick up guitar in COVID? Like, what was the experience of sort of teaching yourself various instruments? Sort of this
Yeah.
audience can't see it. So, what instrument are you currently playing right now?
Well, I'm playing a bass. I've played a bass pretty much my whole life. With Plastic Mammals and with Community Garden, I play bass. Yeah, and everything else. Yeah, I'm currently playing a bass. Was there a part 2 to that question? I'm sorry. I apologize.
Yeah, no worries. It's like, what was the transition, or like what inspired you to sort of say, I'm picking up guitar, which is a completely different instrument.
Yeah, I
you-
guess I sort of, I mean, everything that I've done prior was, you know, like bass stuff with Community Garden and like Plastic Mammals is all loops and stuff. And I guess I had a phase a while ago of like, I want to try and I want to see if I know how to write pop music. And I needed equipment to do that. So yeah, I mean, like beginning of quarantine, I went out and bought like literally like $100 Strat from Guitar Center, and swapped the pickups out of it so it didn't sound like $100 Strat from Guitar Center, and yeah, I just sort of started building things up that way. But it was sort of this feeling of like I want to try and do the whole thing like myself and just see how far I get. And I wound up finishing, so that's cool.
That's very cool. Is there a song from this album that you want to play us?
Yeah, sure. We'll play this one's called Chili Cheese Fritos number 3.
Searching for your number so I can buy groceries. Show at the midpoint, BBC on a Sunday. Feels like it all locked in place. Feels like it all locked in place.
have to ask, is there a chili cheese fries number 1 and 2 somewhere? Or
Yeah, they exist as project alternatives in, on Logic.
so is there sort of the sound which you're producing seems very anthemic and very sort of powerful, but your lyrics or your titles of your songs are very playful.
Yeah.
So how does the balance of humor and sort of emotion, like sort of, how does humor balance out
Yeah.
in the music?
In part, in part, it's a defense mechanism, and in part, it's sort of just. Usually maybe like 50 or 75% of the time, my songs kind of start with the instrumentals and sort of just as like Logic sessions, and those usually get like just working titles. That I just I throw something on the file just to find it again, and then I get attached to them, and I can't part with them. So that's usually sort of where the titles come from. Yeah.
Very cool. So what has it been like being a solo artist compared to being in a band? Being more sort of a bass player and then being the front man. How does that change?
Doing the Sting thing. It's I don't know. I don't know if I can answer that yet, just because COVID has really like. This is the first time we've ever played out. I'm doing air quotes because we're sort of just in a room, but this is the closest thing we've ever come to a show. So yeah, I'm not sure how to answer that yet. It's been a lot of like selfies on Instagram, I guess, is the answer for right now. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, these guys are amazing, and I don't know. I feel like the band vibe is probably where we'll land anyway. But yeah.
Do you think that you'll write more solo things in the future, or do you think you'll do collaborations? Or
Yeah, I mean, I've got. I mean, these songs are, I guess to the outside world, they're new. They've been on the internet for like a month, but like, I mean, like I said, we were practicing before COVID started. So to me, they're like super old, and I have like probably, excuse me. I have like another, I don't know, EP and a half's worth of stuff that I'm hoping to bring to this group and roll out into sets and stuff going forward. But whoops. Yeah, so I guess yeah, I would like to eventually. We're still, I mean, like I said, this is the first thing we've ever done, so we're still trying to just play them straight. But eventually, I mean, I put this crew together because I know that they all are amazing and want to give them space to sort of improvise and interpret things. And yeah, so that's the goal, sort of, after maybe we get a couple sets under our belt.
Very cool. So, like, can you talk a little bit like about your influences, the sound, but just like has the growing up, have your influences sort of inspired your music?
Yeah, I mean, growing up, like, I was like an emo kid. I was a pop punk kid. A lot of Blink-182 and like Green Day and that kind of stuff. And I think that's in there kind of a little bit. I was listening to a lot of like The Cure. And like Tullycraft, some of that like twee stuff as well. Yeah, so there's some of that. Community Garden, I guess, is like always sort of my natural like home base. Sort of everything starts there. That's sort of like what I guess I consider that sort of the most natural sound to my ear, and then everything is sort of built out from that sort of post-punk kind of vibe. I was definitely trying to get more pop with it this time around, though.
Community Garden is your other band?
Yeah, Community Garden is Evan and I, plus Alex Rain, his brother, and master guitar player.
And what sort of music do you perform? Like what sort of subjects, like sound?
Yeah, it's very it's very post-punk.
Yeah, post-punk. Yeah, it gets us more into that now because we started out more as like indie rock, but now we're just kind of more and more just a punk band, I feel like.
Yeah, very like New Order kind of Peter Hook bass lines and then ambient sort of jazz chords.
And Evan, how has it sort of changed as a drummer playing these two different bands, which have slightly, have different sounds to them? Are they, does it stay the same as a drummer, or do you feel like, your head's bobbing a little differently?
I feel like for the most part it stays the same. I guess the biggest difference for me is like trying to do less in this band since there's so much more going on and it's more of a poppy feel. Is kind of keep it a little more simpler than instead of like Community Garden where it's kind of trying to like just be all over the place and be crazy since it's like a trio and it's just like really fast and a lot going on. So just keeping it a little more simpler was really the only difference I've had to deal with so far.
Mm-hmm. And are you two and your brother, are you still performing like during COVID, or did that sort of go on pause and then this sort of sprouted up in its place?
It definitely, we were on pause for a while. It sort of just like popped off, and when it did, it popped off fast. We've played Community Garden, at least has played like 3-4 shows?
At least 3, yeah.
This summer, and we've got another handful of them on the books. So that's cool. When stuff started opening back up, when like Hudson started doing the Swan Dojo thing, they hit us up hard.
Very cool. Well, if you have another song for us, that would be great.
Let's do it.
Thank
you?
So I'm interested in your musical upbringing. So did you always play electric bass, or did you start by playing upright?
Oh no, I was always playing electric. Yeah, I mean, Evan and I, we started playing together like in 8th grade, and we bought instruments to play Blink-182 covers, basically. So it's always been electric bass, like pop punk stuff.
So did you both grow up in Vermont?
Yeah, we grew up in Swanton. Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
cool. And sort of what made you, like, how did you come to the sort of the Burlington area?
I mean, we wound up. There was a point where we wound up, especially once we came back from college and we're doing community garden stuff. Like, we were driving up here the 45 minutes on the interstate one way, like twice a week, and so we just sort of landed here. There's not much of a music scene in Vermont if you're not playing like wagon wheel for an hour and a half in the inn bar.
And are your other sort of backup members, are they also Vermonters?
I guess I don't know. Mel's nodding her head yes.
I grew up in Vermont and then went to UVM, so UVM alum, and that's how Max and I met along with the other members of Lake Wave. So yeah, Vermont kid, still here. I live like 2 blocks away from here, which is quite nice. Easy jaunt down the hill.
And
Very
then
cool.
Connor's a New Yorker.
Yeah, I grew up in the top of Queensbury, New York, and then I came here after high school because I heard it was a cool place, I guess. It very much is.
Very cool.
Max, you're an Essex baby, right?
Yeah, I grew up in Essex, Vermont, and went to UVM, as Amal
Good
said.
stuff.
Stayed in Burlington ever since.
So are you going to be playing in Vermont, the Burlington area, anytime soon? What's next? What's coming up?
Yeah, we'll be at Swan Dojo on the 3rd of September, which I guess, geez, it's like a week from now. Yeah, for Discount Face Tattoos EP release. Excuse me. We'll be on that bill with like 6 other bands. So, then we're doing Swan Dojo again at the end of the month, the 24th, I believe, with Sus and Father Figure and Zodiac Sutra. Yeah, that's where we're at right now.
And you're releasing another EP, is that correct?
I'm like in the process of potentially thinking about considering working on another EP. But it's still just like ideas. Eventually I'd like to get into the studio with these guys. I feel like that would be a lot of fun. But right now, I don't know. I have to keep reminding myself that like to the outside world, these songs are still new. So we're just sort of, trying to get some shows under our belt and ride this EP for a little while.
Very cool. Well, we look forward to hearing more from you. And if you, just last song to close us out would be great.
Oh, cool. Should we do Headache then? This is the last one we're gonna do.
Or if you like want to put two together, or
You want to do Townie and Headache?
Yeah. Maybe if you turn around again, you will know your strength. Try it again. Make it worth your while. And while you're off cultivating all these crazy plans,
your style. And I know that you like the game we play, 'cause it's all you got and all I need. Don't you wanna lie down in a haze, and we could just smoke all day. Forget about those worries on your mind. Beauty spotted at the strangest times. And I know that it's not what you see now. It's all that exists with these old eyes. Sounding like you know better not to change your mind. It's set in stone, the life that you once said. Can't take it anymore, you have to leave before your time. Refusing to drown, you disappear for now. And I know that you like the game we play, 'cause it's all you got and all I made. Don't you wanna lie down in a haze, then we can just smoke all day. Forget about those worries on your mind. Beauty spotted at the strangest times. And I know that it's not what you see now. It's all that exists with these old times.
Thank you.
So just give him a shout out as we leave.
Thank you to Remi, Russin, and band for coming. It's been a great evening hearing you all.
Thank you for having us.
Woohoo!
We did it.